You said the word distress. You also talk about a word called eustress. I want to bring it up before I forget about it. What are the difference between those things? Because a lot of people have that bad association with that word distress. But can you just talk about, because you're the only guy I've ever heard use that word eustress.
Well, eustress means true stress. And true stress is absolutely essential to maximize potential. It's a challenge. When you pursue challenges that inspire you, you have eustress. When you're trying to avoid challenges that despire you, you have distress. Okay. So if you're in your amygdala and you're trying to avoid a predator and seek a prey, and you're trying to avoid challenge and seek support, then when things support you, you go, oh, I'm happy. When things challenge you, I'm now really resentful. I'm really hating it. Because now you're trying to avoid that, and you can't. It's like trying to take a magnet, cut in half, and get only one side of the magnet. I want the positive pole of the magnet without the negative. I want the heads of the coin without the tails. But imagine if you're looking for a one-sided coin, how much wealth could you accumulate? You'd only be able to keep the coin if you got a heads on it without a tails. You can't. So anytime you try to separate the inseparables, divide the indivisibles, label the unlabellables, name the ineffitables, polarize the unpolarizables, you're playing in Stuckville. And when the second you integrate and embrace both of them in the pursuit, you now have life and you have eustress. Eustress is what creates innovation, creativity, and genius. When I spoke to the UN, I talked about innovation, and innovation is maximized when you're pursuing challenges that inspire you. You're looking for a problem in the world that you feel you could dedicate and make a difference in. And when you're doing that, the challenge is actually innovative, invigorating to solve. But when you are looking for a fantasy and then life brings you the nightmare and you're trying to avoid the nightmare, that's distress.
And that's why you're always talking about values, and you're always stressing that people find out their values. And this is really interesting when I heard you talk about that, because if I've heard you say this, and you say it better than me, but if you fill your days with all these activities that aren't contributing or aren't aligned with your values,
your highest value.
Then you're stressed out, and it just bothers you, because I guess deep down inside you know you're not going where you're supposed to go. But if you fill your day with all these activities that align with your values, then you're living in this really, I guess, incredible or...
Well, it's not, the supposed to go is not, that's an outside influence.
Right. Okay.
So when you're doing something, everybody has a hierarchy of values. When you're doing whatever is highest on your value, you're spontaneously inspired from within. Whatever is really, really, really inspiring to you, do you ever need to be motivated to do?
No.
No. You know, the guy who loves video games, he doesn't have to be reminded and say, Johnny, it's time to do that video game. You know, he just does it. We spontaneously are inspired from within. There's literally spontaneous action potentials in the ventral medial prefrontal cortex. And whenever we're doing the highest priority action, that area of the brain in functional MRIs lights up. And we're now living congruently and authentically according to what's most meaningful, most inspiring, most fulfilling.
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it.
Maximizing prioritization is the key in self-actualization. That is the path of self-actualization. Now, anytime you try to live by lower values, which are derivative values according to Hartman, and that's primarily because you're comparing yourself to other people you're putting on a pedestal and injecting their values. See, in the hierarchy of values, values go from those who have the most power to those that have the least power in society. So if you're a Catholic, the Pope has the most power, so he projects the values that you are trying to live by. And you're now trying to be a good little person living by duty according to that set of values. He may be living according to what's inspiring to him, and he's living by design, but you're living by duty. Ontological, deontological, they call it. So as we go through life, anytime we meet somebody, we walk in a mall and we see somebody we think is more intelligent or more business savvy or more financially aware, or more family stable, or more socially connected, or more physically fit or attractive, or more spiritually aware. Anytime we subordinate and are too humble to admit what we see in them is inside us and put them on a pedestal, we're going to inject some of their values and cloud the clarity of our own calling of our own highest value. And we'll cloud it up. And when we do, the blood glucose and oxygen goes from the forebrain down into the amygdala. The amygdala is wanting to avoid pain and seek pleasure. It's trying to polarize it. It's trying to separate things. It's dividing us up. It's creating false personas. And we're now creating a mythological, phenomenological reality instead of an awareness of the actual truth about life. And in that moment, we're now striving for that which is unobtainable and trying to avoid that which is unavoidable, and we're now creating distress. The distress is not our enemy, though. The distress is a feedback to let us know we're pursuing fantasies that are being as a result of injected values. Yeah. The way we know we've got injected values is we hear ourselves saying, I should, I ought to, I supposed to, I got to, I have to, I must, I need to. And we think we're sabotaging, and we think we're not being disciplined. We think we're not being focused. What's wrong with us? We're self-depreciated. Because anytime we're not living authentically, we're designed to be that way to let us know we're not living according to what's priority.
Okay.
And when we fill our day with high priority actions and delegate lower priority actions, we liberate ourselves.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.